So a huge chapter has just closed for community, right? And now this new kind of mysterious phase is starting up, and it's called Victory with Ash. It's being sold as a bridge to something much, much bigger. But what is it really? Let's get into it and break it all down. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When one door slams shut, everybody is dying to know what's on the other side of the next one. So what we're going to do is map out this entire journey they're proposing, starting with a quick look back before we even think about crossing that bridge forward. Here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the past, then we'll define exactly what this bridge is. After that, we'll get into its purpose, talk about the specific mindset you need to cross it, cover and this is important, the rules of the road, and finally, see where this whole thing is supposed to lead. So let's start at the beginning. Okay, first things first, closing the door. You know, the whole idea here is actually pretty simple. You just can't start a new journey until you fully 100% accept that the last one is done. Finito. It's all about making a clean break. And honestly, the message couldn't be any clearer. What was is was. This isn't about reminiscing or looking in the rearview mirror. The whole idea is that clinging to old promises, old ways of doing things, well, that's seen as the biggest thing holding everyone back. So step one is simple. You gotta let go. So with that door now firmly shut, we finally arrive at the bridge itself. What in the world is Victory with Ash? Defining this is absolutely crucial because we're told that what it isn't is just as important as what it is. Okay, so it's defined very specifically as three things: a program, a learning center, and a holding area. You see the common thread there, right? It's all about preparation. The entire point is to get people ready, to train them for the real business that's supposed to come down the line. And they really, really want this point to sink in. You hear it over and over and over again. This is not the new business. Think of it more like spring training, not the World Series. It's the dress rehearsal, not opening night. It's a stepping stone, not the destination. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Look at all the different metaphors they're using to explain this thing. It's called a bridge for growth, a holding area, even a stadium. Then you have a learning center and a training course. See? Every single one of those terms just hammers home the idea that this is a temporary, preparatory, and educational space. So you might be asking, why? Why go through all of this? Why is this bridge even necessary? Well, we're told it's not just a waiting room. Not at all. It's an active program with very specific goals, and it's designed to completely transform the community before that next phase can even begin. And this slide right here lays out the three core pillars of that journey. Number one, it's about learning new skills, the practical nuts and bolts stuff needed for whatever comes next. Number two, it's about personal growth. And number three, it's about rebuilding the community in a safe space. So you've got this mix of practical skills, personal development, and, social connection. And get this isn't just some idea they're floating around. We're being told the platform, the whole thing, is 100% finished, it's built, it's ready to launch. Apparently, the only thing left to do is figure out who gets to step on that bridge first. This brings us to a really, really important theme: personal transformation. See, crossing this bridge isn't just about learning some new marketing tricks. It's about a fundamental, deep-down shift in your mindset and leaving all that baggage from the past right where it belongs. This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way, holding on to past promises, thinking in terms of me and my team. But on the right, you see the new way, letting go completely and embracing this collective idea of we. It's a huge call to action, asking people to shift from an individual mindset to a completely unified one. And right here, this is the key takeaway. It's all about unity. The message is that any individual agendas, any personal gripes, they have to be left at the door. The focus is now on a single, unified group moving together with Ash. That little word, with, seems to be the absolute cornerstone of this whole new phase. All right, so let's say you're on board with the whole mindset shift. Well, this next part is critical: the rules. This new environment is described as a safe space, and getting in is framed as a privilege, not a right. And that privilege, it comes with some very, very strict conditions. Rule number one is basically Vegas rules. It's confidentiality and it's an absolute. The source is crystal clear that anything discussed, shown, or taught inside this program cannot, I repeat, cannot be shared publicly on social media or anywhere else. The whole point is to create a trusted, completely internal space. And the warning? Wow, it could not be more direct. This quote right here, from the source, lays out the stakes plain as day. If you violate that trust, if you break confidentiality, well, the speaker says you'll very likely be excluded for good. No second chances. And they are leaving zero room for excuses here. Your actions will have direct consequences. Arguing it's not fair or I didn't know the rules, that's just not going to fly. To make sure everyone's on the same page, the rules are even going to be translated. The message is simple: follow the guidelines or you're out. Period. So after all the training, all the mindset shifts, the community rebuilding, where does this bridge actually lead? What is the final destination waiting on the other side of victory with Ash? Well, the destination is described in some pretty grand terms: the ultimate business. This is supposedly the long-awaited project, the big, bold, beautiful shared dream. Victory with Ash is positioned as the essential, absolutely mandatory path you have to take to finally get there. It's the means to a much, much bigger end. And really, that's what it all boils down to. The entire journey, the letting go, the learning, the new rules, it's all presented as a choice, a path that you have to consciously decide to take. So the ultimate question this all leads to isn't really about the destination, it's about taking that very first step. The real question is for you. Are you ready to cross the bridge?
It's not the end, it's a new beginning. Here starts the real transformation, from vision to